So much better. So much space. And just stretch. Lengthen out that spine. Reach. It's much cooler here today, which is nice. Just keep moving, reaching up. The only downside to this setup is I don't have a lot of room for the camera, so I'm a little cut off, but should be fine. And then let's just go ahead and gently just go side to side, figure eights with the arm, trying to loosen up that upper body. Definitely feels super tight up in my traps, neck area. So we'll try to loosen that up. And switch. And then as we're doing this, think about opening up the rib cage, stretching those little muscles between each rib cage. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then just reach side to side. So you don't have to go to that full extension. Just start to lengthen those arm muscles. Try to wake up the shoulders. And let's go for 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. And let's just open everything up and round it. So it's almost like a double figure 8. Incorporating that spine. So from the side, I'm rounding and opening. As you open up, stretch. Pulling those shoulders back. 4, 3, 2, 1, and then just go ahead and lift. So I'm going to press the ball of my foot onto the mat, point, ball, down, switching sides. So waking up those feet, toes, and ankles. Energizing the body. So lots of energy comes from active feet, moving our feet, toes, and ankles. It's a great way to wake up first thing in the morning. 2 more times. And then extend one leg. Doesn't have to be straight. Just circle that ankle a few times one way. A few times the other way. And switch, flex and point. Circle the ankle. And reverse it. Let that foot just hang there, swivel side to side. If you need balance, you can always hold on to a chair or a wall. Let's do that same thing on the other side, just swivel it. We didn't do that the first time. Such an awkward feeling, but very important. We don't normally move our ankles that way, so to keep that a regular thing, it's very, very important. All right, let's start out nice and wide. We're just gonna rock the hips side to side, back to center. Over to the side, center. It's a great way to separate the hips and the spine and make sure everything is moving smoothly. When I was doing this, I felt a little pop in my back in a good way. And just side to side. And as you can see from the side, I'm just letting my hips go. So I'm not tucked underneath, just letting everything shift. Now we're gonna tuck under, set neutral, release it, neutral. I'll take off my sweatshirt a little bit, but it's kind of cold here this morning. Open, neutral, tuck, neutral. 2 more. And then we're gonna do like a little dance move. So we're gonna shift the hip one way. Notice I'm lifting up that heel to the right. 2, 1, reverse sides. Little hip movement all the way down to those feet, toes, and ankles. 3, 2, 1. Other side. 4, 3, 2, 1. Other side. 4, 3, 2, 1. And now we're going to just go ahead and tap side to side, pulling up through the waist. Here's some baby goats crying. I really want them to go behind me. I wish there was a way to get them without having to traipse through up there. It's okay, Phoenix. And then reach. So a lot of walkers, as I'm sure you guys are all seeing in your neighborhood too. So lots of stimulation for the dogs as well. 4, 3, 2, 1, and then reach down and away. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and reach again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Last one up overhead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Back to center. Grab the hands, lift the shoulders up, drop the shoulders down, and release it. Roll those shoulders back for 3, 2, 1, and reverse it. 3, 2, 1. Now it's going back to a little bit of hip movement. We're gonna lift up nice and tall, lunge, deep plunge into that right leg, stretching out that inner thigh, lift the toes up and down. And notice that as I lift the toes and I lower them, I'm not shifting with that leg. So anchored solid into that right leg, lift the left toes, lower them down. I'm staying centered. So, and you can tell the difference. So if you're feeling the stretch, you're staying anchored. If you're kind of losing the stretch, then you'll know that you're not doing the stretch properly. So stay anchored, stay low, switching sides. Nice deep lunge, lift, and lower. Make sure that that knee is right above the ankle. Don't let it go past the toe. You want to really stick those glutes back. 4, and 3, 2, 1. Switching sides again. Nice shift. And then just lift the hips, straighten out both legs, and then back down. So a little swivel up and straighten, swivel back into that lunge. 2 more. 2. And last one. Switching sides. Nice deep lunge. Straighten, kind of swivel those hips back. Deep lunge. Swivel back. Deep lunge. Swivel back. Deep lunge. And one more time. Up. And then roll your body forward. Keep yourself rounded though. So I'm not letting my legs go straight. I'm tucked and rounded. And I'm just gonna reach one arm towards the floor and then the other. So all these stretches we've been doing, we're trying to separate the spine from the hips, from the back, make sure that everything is moving on its own, make sure things don't feel tight and locked up. And this is another stretch that you can really tell the difference. So if you're out here, you're just gonna basically be loading the back and the glutes. If you tuck under and shift, you feel a nice elongating pull into that lower back, into the glutes. And I'm not out here, so keep your body close. Roll yourself up, up, up. Turn the palms out, open up the chest. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back up. Grab those invisible elastics up top, pull down. 3, 2, 1. Up again, turn out, open. 3, 2, 1. Grab and pull down. 3, 2, 1. One more time each way. Open up. 3, 2, 1. Last one. Grab. 3, 2, 1. And shake it out. Release it. All right. Now I'm getting toasty. We're going to move on to some focused core work today. So really focus on that elongation of the waist. So going nice and wide with those legs. Pull that core in. So the goal here is to target right here. So I personally like to keep holding on to my waist as I do it. I'm gonna go for a deep lunge. Check out that alignment, knee right above the ankle. And I'm gonna reach and pull. So the further I reach away from my center, the more I feel this engage. The longer this arm gets, the more I pull through that waistline. And switch sides again. 2, 3. So we're gonna start out slow. 1, 2, 3. Switch. 1, 2, 3. And it's really easy to want to twist. That's a lot easier. Stay open. Imagine you're between 2 pieces of glass. Chest is nice and open. Waist, I can feel my core working. The best is when you're sore the next day after these exercises. I love it because I know that it's not just good for building a solid core, maybe getting definition, but also protecting that lower back, helping with good posture, all types of stuff, helping with balance long term. And 2 more, try to get a little bit lower and longer each time. Hold it here. We're gonna grab an elastic and pull it down. So also think about squeezing those back muscles. Reach, reach, reach. Pull down with control. Reach, reach, reach. Pull down with control. Reach, reach, reach. Pull down with control. Now stay here. We're gonna try to touch the floor in front, still keeping that chest open, so no turning. Bring it back behind. In front, and if you don't touch the floor, that's okay. Just really try to reach for it. Keeping this core really working. 3, 2, 1. Press and reach. Now other side. We're gonna reach and pull. Reach and pull. 2 more. Reach and pull. Reach. Hold it here. Hold, hold, hold. Feel that core engage. Bring it in front. Bring it behind. 2, 3, 4. 4 more. 4. Feel those inner thighs working. 2. Last 1. And then come all the way up. Both arms frame the face. We're gonna reach and come up. So if this is a little bit too much in your lower back, if you're feeling it, just go back to that single arm. So you can just go back to that single arm if you need to protect that lower back. Both arms is a lot heavier for that core. So as you do this, pull those abdominals in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to center. We're gonna bring those arms in and then we're gonna reach them forward, but stay rounded. So I'm not out here, I'm rounded and reaching. So bring it in, round and reach. In, round and reach. In, reach, in, reach. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it here. Grab those hands, figure 8, side to side. So still really engaging those abdominals while also stretching that lower back. And 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to center. Reach, reach, reach. Come all the way up. Bring the palms out. Open up the chest. And shake out those legs, shake out those arms. Good job, you guys. Grab some water if you want. I'm drinking my new kombucha obsession, Guava Goddess. It's delish. All right. So let's get our arms done with. Hopefully arms are nice and warmed up. We're gonna stretch those arms out. Soft bend in the knees, just bring those legs about hip distance. Lift the shoulders up, drop the shoulders down. We're gonna pump. 2, 3, 4. Lift it up, extend it out. 4, 3, 2, 1. Up, down. 4, 3, 2. Now just keep pumping. Go. 8, 7, 6. I'm gonna turn sideways so you can see my arms aren't back here. They're slightly forward. Pump it back. 2. Really keeping that rib cage into. I know this shirt is probably the worst. But I'm really keeping my rib cage in, not out here, keeping it tight. 3, 2. Rotate fingers forward, lift. 2, 3, 4. Good job, you guys. 6, 7. Pump it back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Rotate fingers forward, back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Go for 4 more. 4, This is where the burnout happens. And reach the arms, grab, pull, 3, 2, 1, grab, pull, 3, 2, 1, grab, pull, 3, 2, 1, grab, pull, 3, 2, 1. Lower the arms down, pull them back, lift. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, pump it in. And as I pump in, think about squeezing a ball between those shoulder blades. Lift it up, keep that chest open. This is much easier. Keep that core open. Pump it in, 2, 3, 4. Make this movement small. Lift it up, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Pump it in, last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands back in line with the hips. Last set, 8, 7, 6, 5, and really press down and up. 3, 2, hold it, extend those arms out, open and close those hands. So getting into those wrists, fingers, forearms. Now pretend like you're dropping a ball down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Throw that ball towards me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Up to the ceiling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and shake it out. Circle those wrists a few times one way, a few times the other way. Open and close those hands. And then we're gonna just chill out for a little bit and do some good solid stretching. So I personally, wrists are sore today, so I'm gonna extend one arm forward. Make sure the shoulder's not up here. You wanna drop it down. Gently press back on those knuckles. So it's not a huge stretch, just gentle enough to stretch out the top of the wrist into those forearms. Really good for like work from home, texting, computer, all that stuff. And then I always say this, but if you think about it, we do so much micro movement these days with our fingers. Drop it down. That this kind of stuff is really, really important just to help stretch everything out, make sure they don't get tight, keep blood flow going. Circle that wrist. Hopefully it feels a little bit better now. Reverse it. And switching sides, so extend it. Gently pull back on those knuckles. And use this time to just breathe too. So breathe in, breathe out, try to drop that shoulder and reverse it. Palm towards me, gently pulling back on those fingers. You might have very limited range of motion, but each time you do this, your muscles will start to loosen up. They'll get more comfortable with the stretch. So do the best you can, even if it's out here. Gently pull back. And you can use your breath to stretch it even more just in this 30 seconds. So breathe in, release the stretch a little bit. Breathe out, drop the shoulder, gently pull back on those fingers. And release it. Circle those wrists, see how they feel. And then this is a little bit more for the neck, but it still gets a little stretch into those wrists. So we're gonna place our palms together, lift the shoulders up, keep the shoulders lifted. You're gonna try to squeeze those elbows together and then drop them down and feel that nice deep stretch into those neck muscles. Do that again. So lift the elbows, hike the shoulders, keep them hiked, glue those elbows together, pull down, let them float up. One more time. Up, squeeze in, drop it down, let those elbows flare out, and then right into clasping those fingers together, keeping those shoulders rounded, and then just pretend like you're trying to pull those fingers apart. Fight against it. You can kind of rock side to side as you do this, but keep your shoulders lifted. A really awesome release for those stress muscles, trapezius muscles. And then as you rock side to side, feel that back rib cage opening up, stretching and moving. And 2 and 1. Press it long, reach, reach, reach. Elongate those arm muscles, lift all the way up. And shake it out. Roll those shoulders back. And forward. And let's finish up our upper body stretch with one of my favorites. So nice and wide stance. Try to get a little bit lower so you can see me. But you want to be somewhat straight, soft bend in the knees. Grab that wrist. And you're going to lean over, like you're trying to pull this arm out of the socket, lengthening. And by keeping this solid, so not like twisting or anything, you'll feel a nice pull down all the way into the hips. Take that wrist, press against, open up. Grab that wrist and pull. Press against, open up the chest. Grab that wrist and pull. Press against, open up. And switching sides. Grab and pull. Pull, pull, pull. Try to keep those hips centered. I always want to lean this way, but try to keep them centered. Press against, open up. And imagine again, you're between those two pieces of glass. So no twisting of the upper body either. Keep it open and expanded. Working on those posture muscles. Grab and pull. Use this opportunity to breathe. Press against, open up. Grab the wrist and pull. Press against, open up. Back to center, release it. Roll those shoulders back for 3, 2, 1, and forward 3, 2, and 1. All right, let's do a little bit of our lower body / balance. So if you need a chair or a table or anything to support you to hold on to, you can totally do that. Most important thing here is the stretch. So if you have to hold on to something, better if you feel like, your ankles might roll or anything. So my feet are just about like 2 hands width distance, like so. I'm gonna do a steep bend, dropping my weight straight down, feeling that calf muscle stretch, straighten out the legs, and lift the heels. Lower down. And to really practice, focus on your balance, try to look at something that's not going to move. Keep your gaze there. And as you lift, keep your gaze, pull everything in. Imagine that there's a string lifting you up with control and then lowering you back down with control. Nice deep plie. Straighten the legs. Big releve. Lift those heels high. Lower down. 2 more just like that. Nice deep plie. Straighten out. Big heel raise. Lower down. And nice deep lunge. All the way forward, think about feeling that, might feel a nice hamstring stretch as well. Lean it forward, feeling also that calf below the knee, the long calf muscle, and then bend it and feel it towards that Achilles tendon. Now notice that it's not the biggest shift. So as I lunge forward, feeling that long calf muscle, and then as I shift, feeling that Achilles tendon. And again, 2 more. And last one, on this last one, we're gonna reach our arms forward, reach, reach, reach. Try to lift those arms up for 4. And really lean into it. 2, 1, and come out of it. Let's switch sides. So I had my left leg forward. I'm gonna turn directions, or you can just switch feet. And I'm gonna have my right leg forward. So now I'm focusing on that left calf muscle. So starting out with our balance, nice deep plie, starting to warm up that lower calf muscle into that Achilles tendon. Straighten out the legs, nice and pulled in, lift, and lower back down. And plie. This little stage area is not level by any means, and I can definitely feel it when I do these. Lower it down. Just has to, making my core work harder. Straighten out, palm lifted. And one more time. Straighten out, lift, and lower. And now taking that back leg, nice deep lunge all the way into that front leg. So leaning forward, keeping that back heel down. That's where the stretch comes from. If you lift it up, stretch gets lost. And then switch it backwards. And lunge it. Shift it. And lunge it. And shift. And last stretch, hold it. Deep lunge, lean as far forward as you can. Extend those arms long. Lift it up for 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming back to center and shake it out. All right, to finish up, we're gonna get down on the mat. We're gonna do some deep stretches for our hips. There's a couple messages, so I just want to check them. Go ahead and start out laying on your back and just hug your knees in toward your chest. Oh, it's just my mom talking to everyone. All right. So let's go ahead and lay down on our backs. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Circle the ankles a few times one way. And reverse it. Flex and point those feet. Let the feet just hang there and swivel side to side. All right, and now go ahead and extend one leg long. The other leg you're gonna hug in toward your chest and just bring that knee across your body and open it up. So kind of like I like to think of, I'm just drawing a straight line parallel to the floor, side to side, and just helping it open up my glutes, open up my inner thighs. I feel like I'm gonna like roll towards the camera. It's so unlevel. All right, switching sides and across and open. All right, and then sit yourself up. These are some of my fave hip stretches. So I'll face you. I think this is the best angle to see. Taking one leg, cross it over, try to get it as up towards your quad as you can. If you have to be a little bit lower, that's fine. Work with your flexibility level. But you want it as close to your body so that you feel a little bit of a stretch in this glute. So take opposite arm to leg. So my right leg is in. I'm going to take my left arm, bring it across, and pull it as tight in toward my body as I can. And I feel that glute really release. And then do a little twist for the upper body. Same arm as leg goes back. So my right arm is reached back. I'm going to look over my back shoulder. Breathe in, release it a few inches. Breathe out, pull it back a little bit more. And then my favorite part, up and over. So we're doing a lot of movements in different directions, anchored right here in that glute. Reach, reach, reach. Come up and bring that same leg, just bring it lower towards that calf ankle. Same thing, I'm gonna take my opposite arm, bring it across, and gently press in to that quad. Same thing, look over that back shoulder. And I like to use this arm to anchor myself so I can twist a little bit more, feeling that mid back. And then release it a few inches, breathe in, breathe out, twist a little bit more. Breathe in, come in a few inches. Breathe in, breathe out, twist. And before we switch sides, let's bring the same leg that we were working. So my right leg was the focus. I'm gonna bring my right leg in front of my left leg, walk my hands forward. And again, you'll feel that working leg, that right glute, open up and stretch, and then walk your hands over in the direction that your front toe is pointed. So I'm walking to my left, and I'm feeling a stretch in my right glute, lower back. Oh, this is like the ultimate work from home stretch for those tight hips and back. Back to center, walk your hands up. Give your leg a little rock side to side. And switching sides. So I just worked my right leg. Now I'm gonna switch to my left leg. My left leg is gonna cross over. Get it as high up on that quad as you can. Left leg is crossed. That means my right arm is gonna reach across. Hug that knee in. Oh, this side feels much tighter. Hug it in as much as I can. Same arm as leg goes back, gazing over that shoulder. Reach, reach, reach. Twist as much as you can. And then bring that arm up and over as you hug that leg in a little bit more. Reach, reach, reach. Up and back. And switching side, or switching directions, positions. I'm ready for lunch, I'm hungry. All right, lower that foot down, sit up nice and tall. It's usually when I lose my focus is when I need to eat. Lots of food. All right, so pressing that elbow in towards the quad, twisting, look over your shoulder. This is like the best mid-back stretch. Pressing this arm to anchor, release it a few inches, breathe in, stay present, don't think about lunch yet, and twist. Breathe in, release it a few inches, breathe out, twist. Breathe in, release it a few inches, breathe out, twist. Back to center. Oh, that feels so good. We're gonna do that last hip stretch. So the working leg comes in front. We walk our hands forward, try not to like come up off your hips. Hips are the anchor, that's where the stretch is coming from. You might even feel outer thigh, hamstring, just all depends on where you're tight. And then walk your hands in the direction that the front toes are pointed. So I'm walking to my right to stretch my left hip. Oh, so tight. Back to center. Slowly walk it up. And then pick up that leg. Rock it side to side. And release it. Sit comfortably, whatever feels best to you for our last big breaths in. Clasp your hands, lift the shoulders up, drop the shoulders down, lower down, breathe out. And lift it up again, breathe in, shoulders up, breathe out, release it. Last one, just like that. Big breath up, lift it up, drop it down, release it, and give yourselves a big hand. Thank you guys for being here. I personally really needed that.